Welcome, dear devotees, to the ongoing reading of Valmiki's Ramayana, retold by Krishna Dharma Prabhu. Tonight we're reading from chapter 2, part 2 rather, chapter 8. Ravana's lust is incited. There was one Rakshasa named Akampana who escaped from Rama. After seeing all his companions killed, Akampana fled to Lanka to inform Ravana of the news. Going before the Lord of the Rakshasas, who was the scourge of all created beings, and who took pleasure in giving pain to others, Akampana fell at his feet and said, "O great king, your entire army, which was stationed in the Janastan forest, is now no more. Even the mighty Kara and Dushana are dead. Only I have somehow survived." Ravana shook with anger when he heard this news. He gazed with his 10 heads at the disheveled and fearful Rakshasa lying at his feet. The demon king rose up quickly from his golden throne. He was pitiless and rough, and he felt no compassion for the trembling Akampana. As he spoke, he appeared about to consume Akampana in his rage. Who, with his life all but ended, is responsible for this rash act? He demanded, "O weak Rakshasa, what fool would dare antagonize Ravana? Even Indra, Kuvera, or the great Yamaraj would not be safe if they offended me. I can burn fire and kill even death himself." Under the protection of Brahma's boon, Ravana had become utterly conceited and arrogant. He considered himself unconquerable. Even the principal gods had been forced to retreat in battle against him. None of them could contradict Brahma's order. They would therefore not kill Ravana, even if capable. He had thus ranged the universe, creating havoc and fearing nothing. He grabbed hold of Akampana. "Tell me the name of the wicked wretch who has slain my followers. You need not fear, for whoever it is will certainly die at my hands today." Akampana was reassured by Ravana's words. At least the demon king was not going to vent his anger on him. He replied, "It was a man who carried out this astonishing feat of killing the Rakshasa army. He is a son of Dashrath named Rama. Tall and powerfully built, the prince possesses matchless strength. He alone annihilated the entire host of Rakshasas." Ravana listened in disbelief. How was it possible? One Rakshasa against the number of 10 men was easy to believe, but a single man killing 14,000 Rakshasas was incredible. Ravana hissed like an angry snake. Was this Rama, accompanied by Indra and all the gods? Seeing Ravana's incredulity, Akampana went on describing Rama's power. "It is difficult to even look upon Rama as he stands on the battlefield. His golden winged arrows fall in thousands with the force of a tempest. He has mastered the celestial weapons and looks like death incarnate while fighting. Whichever way the Rakshasas ran, stricken with fear, they saw Rama standing in their front. No gods assisted him, O Great One. He alone devastated your army." Ravana snorted derisively. He would not be humiliated by any mere man. He thought of his own power. Thousands of years ago, he had gone to the Himalayas, intent on performing austerities in order to gain unmatched material opulence. It was then that he approached Brahma. Surviving on air alone, he took one breath a day. When he failed after a long time to propitiate Brahma, he began to sacrifice. He cut off his 20 arms one by one and offered them into the fire to please Brahma. When Brahma still did not appear, the demon began to cut off each of his 10 heads and place them in the fire. At last, Brahma appeared before him. Ravana then secured his boon, which he now recalled. He had not asked for immunity to humans, but how could any human even look at him, never mind fight with him? Even the gods fled in fear when he mounted his chariot for battle. This Rama sounded most unusual, but nevertheless, Ravana was proud of his hard-won strength and felt sure he could kill Rama without difficulty. Standing with his back to Akampana, he said, "I shall go immediately and finish this Rama." Akampana was intelligent. He had already realized Rama's irresistible strength when he saw him fighting. The Rakshasa had thus stood back from the fight and made his escape. He considered that Ravana's chances of defeating Rama were slight. Therefore he advised his king, "When Rama is enraged, he cannot be tamed by any warrior. In my opinion, he could, by the force of his arrows, tear down the very heavens with the sun, moon, and constellations. He could stem the current of a flooded river, or break down the shores of the ocean and deluge the entire world. With his arrows, Rama could lift the earth itself. Indeed, that illustrious man could dissolve all the worlds and then create them again." Ravana turned and looked pensively at Akampana. Clearly, Rama was no ordinary man. Akampana was himself a powerful commander of the Rakshasa forces. He knew how to estimate the strength of the enemy. The Rakshasa king listened carefully as Akampana continued. "I do not think you will be able to defeat Rama in battle, any more than a sinful man can attain the regions of heaven. However, there is a way by which you can probably overcome him. Listen as I tell you." Ravana sat on his throne and leaned forward attentively as Akampana went on. "Rama has come to the forest with his wife, Sita. I have heard she is more beautiful than any goddess, female Gandharva, or Apsara. From all accounts, she is a stunning jewel among women who cannot be compared to any other. Surely she is dearer to Rama than his own life, as he has brought her with him even to the lonely forest. O king, by means of some trick, kidnap Sita. Rama will be overcome by grief and either die or be weakened enough for you to defeat him." Ravana pondered. Rava pondered Akampana's suggestion. He liked the idea. Thanking Akampana, he decided to go the next day to find Sita. He first needed to seek the help of Maricha, the son of Tataka, who was well known for his magical powers. Ravana mounted his chariot, which shone like the sun and was drawn by great mules with the heads of fiends. As he sat in his golden chariot, which had a white canopy spread over it, he was fanned by attractive maidens. His strongly built body was the color of glossy black gems. With his 10 heads and 20 arms, he resembled a 10-peaked mountain. As his chariot rose up to the sky, he cast his splendor like a thundercloud with flashes of lightning. The mighty Rakshasa moved swiftly ahead, surveying the scene below. Heading north toward the Himalayas, he saw beneath him the beautiful coastline. It was crowded with hermitages and graced with numerous woods and lakes filled with lotuses. Many siddhas, charanas, gandharvas, and other divine beings sported in great joy in and around those lakes. Thousands of apsaras danced and played with the gods. Ravana saw in the sky wonderful aerial cars, like white mansions, adorned with celestial garlands and carrying the residents of heaven. From the cars came the sounds of delightful music, which enlivened the heart and mind. Passing over great forests, Ravana at last came to the northern mountains. There he found Maricha's hermitage. Defeated and punished by Rama, Maricha had retired to the forest and dedicated himself to the practice of penance. He looked up in surprise as Ravana's chariot descended from the sky. Maricha rose up quickly and greeted the overlord of all the Rakshasas. "Welcome, great king," he said reverentially. "I hope everything is well in Lanka. What has brought you to this lonely forest, inhabited only by ascetics?" Maricha offered Ravana celestial foods unknown to humans. He sat him on a mat of kusha grass and served him personally. Ravana only looked at the food and said to Maricha, "My entire army of Rakshasas, led by the powerful Kada, has been destroyed by Rama, a son of King Dasharath, contending single-handedly and on foot. I am here to seek your assistance in abducting Rama's wife, Sita. By this means only will I be able to overpower Rama." Maricha stood up with a start. "By what enemy, in the guise of a friend, have you been tendered this advice?" he asked in horror. "Who have you offended so that they should suggest that you kidnap Rama's wife? That person clearly seeks to rid the world of the Rakshasas, Lord. That person clearly seeks to rid the world of the Rakshasas, Lord. Using you as his tool, he desires to extract a fang from the jaws of a serpent. Who is it, O king, who has dealt you a powerful blow on the head, even as you slept peacefully?" Maricha paced up and down, shaking his head. He had already been convinced of Rama's incomparable power. Hearing that he alone had killed Kara and his army only confirmed it all the more. He trembled as he continued to speak. "O Ravana, you should not even think of staring at Rama, that lion among men whose sharp teeth are his numberless arrows, easily kills small animals in the form of Rakshasas, skilled in battle. Do not hurl yourself into the vast and dreadful ocean of the angry Rama, whose arms are its alligators, and whose weapons are its tossing waves. Remain peacefully in Lanka, enjoying with your wives, and allow Rama to sport in the woods with his wife Sita." Maricha spoke passionately. He continued to argue against the wisdom of Ravana's antagonizing Rama. Ravana listened thoughtfully. He again recalled his omission to ask Brahma for invincibility against humans. The Rakshasa king asked Maricha why he considered Rama so powerful. Telling him of the incident of Vishwamitra's sacrifice, Maricha replied, "I was ranging the earth, my body appearing like a mountain, with a huge iron club in my hand. My might exceeded that of 1,000 elephants. I would roam about in the forest, eating the flesh of rishis. Considering me more powerful than even the gods, the sage Vishwamitra sought only Rama as his protector. Rama was a mere boy at that time. When I saw him in Vishwamitra's hermitage, I disregarded him, thinking him to be simply a child. However, with a single arrow, Rama hit and threw me 800 miles into the ocean. And he slaughtered all of my powerful companions." Maricha told Ravana how he returned to the forest again. He assumed the form of a Sharaba, a fierce, 8-legged carnivorous beast, capable of killing even lions. In that form, accompanied by two other Rakshasas in similar forms, he continued to terrorize the rishis. One day he again came across Rama, seated in his hermitage. Rakshasas, in the form of Shabaras, rushed at Rama, remembering their previous enmity. In an instant, Rama had lifted and strung his bow, releasing 3 golden-tipped arrows, which sped like thunderbolts. Maricha's 2 companions were killed outright. Maricha himself had dodged the arrows and retreated in fear. He then decided to abandon his life of antagonizing rishis and retire to the mountains. Concluding his speech, Maricha said, "My fear of Rama has made me adopt this life of asceticism. Indeed, I live in continuous dread of that prince. In every tree I see Rama, clad in barks and wielding his bow, looking like death personified, standing with noose in hand. I actually see thousands of Ramas all around me. Indeed, this whole forest appears to have turned into Rama. I see him everywhere, even in dreams and meditations. If someone speaks out a word beginning with R, I shake with terror. O king, under no circumstances shall I be convinced to stand before Rama." Ravana sat silently after Maricha stopped speaking. Out of pride, the Rakshasa king still felt capable of dealing with Rama. He was not going to be afraid of a mere human. However, seeing Maricha's reluctance to assist him, he decided to return to Lanka and await another opportunity. He felt sure that his path would soon cross with Rama's. Soon after he arrived back at Lanka, Shornapaka visited him. As he sat atop his 7-storied palace, surrounded by his ministers, his sister came and fell at his feet. Wailing piteously, she rolled about on the ground. She looked up at Ravana, who sat on his golden throne, glowing like a fire, fed with abundant fuel. His huge blackish body was covered by celestial robes, adorned with jeweled ornaments taken from the gods. His 20 arms, which could arrest the movement of the planets, looked like great tree trunks. They were marked by scars made by Indra's thunderbolt and the other weapons of the gods. He stared down at Shurpanaka with his 20 reddish eyes. Ravana told his sister to get up and asked her why she was lamenting. Shurnapaka, displaying her mutilated face, answered him harshly, "Do you not see my disfigured face? What kind of protector are you, O king? I am a helpless woman and your sister, but I have been humiliated at the hands of a man. Do you not care for this, O powerful Rakshasa?" The Rakshasi shook with fear and anger as she continued to address the demon king. Everyone reviles a monarch who is licentious and overly attached to sensual enjoyment. Such a king who fails to properly attend to his state affairs is soon ruined. O Ravana, are you not aware that you are losing control of your territories? Having formed enmity with the gods and the Brahmins, how can you expect to rest here in peace, enjoying the pleasures of life? You are childish and without any intelligence. You do not know what should be done and will therefore lose your kingdom before long. Hearing such a searing rebuke in the midst of his ministers enraged Ravana. Short-tempered and intolerant, he replied angrily, "Tell me, who has attacked you, wretched woman? Why are you afraid?" Shurnapaka told Ravana what had happened. She also described to him Rama's annihilation of the Rakshasas, exactly as Ravana had already heard it from Akampana. Ravana's curiosity about Rama was aroused. He said, "Tell me more about Rama. Why is he living in the forest? What is his strength? and his weakness? How has he overpowered the unsaleable Kara, Dushana, and Trishira? After telling Ravana that Rama had been sent to the forest by his father, Shurnapaka described how she had personally witnessed Rama's power. I could not see when Rama took up his arrows or bent his bow, which shone brightly like a rainbow. I only saw the Rakshasa army falling like hewn trees. The demons resembled a wheat field destroyed by a downpour of hailstones. I also saw by Rama's side his brother Lakshman. He too seems exceptionally glorious and is clearly devoted to Rama. Indeed, he appears like Rama's second self. I hold these two brothers to be practically unconquerable in battle. Shurpanakha, as a Rakshasi, possessed celestial intelligence. Like Akampada, she was able to recognize Rama's power, although she did not understand his identity. She spoke cunningly, wanting to incite her brother to confront Rama. I saw by Rama's side his beloved wife Sita, whose beauty is hard to describe. Her dark eyes and hair contrast vividly with the hue and luster of her body, which resembles molten gold. Her breasts, hips, and thighs are exquisitely shaped, and she shines like another goddess, Lakshmi. Shurpanakha knew that her brother was lusty. He had absolutely no regard for moral laws and took pleasure in enjoying others' wives. The Rakshasi went on describing Sita. Her countenance is like the full moon. With her thin waist and delicate limbs, Sita is beyond compare. I have seen no woman like her on the face of the earth, be she a goddess, Gandharva, or Yaksha. Any man embraced with delight by Sita will enjoy a happiness greater than that of Indra. Without doubt, that peerless female, who was of a gentle disposition, would be a worthy consort for you, O king of demons. Ravana's mind was captivated by her description. He considered how he might win her. Arrogantly, he assumed that she would be attracted to him, the great and powerful king of the Rakshasas. But how could she be taken from Rama? Ravana was beginning to think that he needed to exercise caution in his approach to Rama. He listened as his sister continued. I wanted to snatch away Sita and bring her to you, O brother, but I was viciously attacked by the wicked and cruel-minded Lakshman. No one but you, O mighty king, will be capable of taking Sita from Rama. Surely she should be your wife. Why not go to the forest and see her wondrous beauty for yourself? Shurpanakha longed for revenge. Sita was the cause of her being mutilated. The Rakshasa woman wanted the princess to be taken from Rama so that both Rama and Sita would feel intolerable pain. Perhaps then Ravana would be able to overpower the grief-stricken Rama. Shurpanakha gazed imploringly at his brother. Snatch away the incomparable Sita from Rama. Then, standing in the forefront of battle, defeat and kill that human along with his evil brother. Ravana was convinced. He was already angered by Rama's killing of the Rakshasa army in Janastan. Now here was his own sister, disfigured and humiliated by the human brothers. Ravana took that personally. He especially could not tolerate the sharp and taunting words Shurpanakha delivered in front of his ministers. He had to prove his power, and above all, he wanted to have Sita. Thinking again of Maricha, he called for his chariot. This time, he would not be deterred from his purpose. Maricha's refusal to help him was unacceptable. Ravana mounted his great chariot and rose swiftly into the sky. That's in chapter 8 of part 2 of Valmiki's Ramayana.